Can I comment on middle knowledge or Molinism? Is that what they said? Can you comment on it since you put it out there? I'm not an expert in Molinism. Let's say that up front. Basically, it is a very popular and growing belief, especially among apologists who want to solve the issue, the difficulty between the sovereignty of God and the free will of man, and to keep both, and to make sure we can not only keep both, but not just stay rational, but put them together in a way that makes sense. That's kind of it. Well, we can't not put them together, so we have to put them together in a way that makes sense. So you've got one side over here that's a Calvinism side and one side that's Arminian, who are both fighting and trying to figure out, which way is correct. And Calvinists are over here opting more for, say, the divine sovereignty and predestination, and over here opting for more human freedom and God's love rather than His sovereignty. And then the middle knowledge comes in, this Molinism comes in the middle and says, hey, I got a solution for both of you guys. I got a way to keep free will, for everybody to remain free, yet God to choose everybody that He wants. Because it's evident that He chooses people, some people to go to heaven, and passes over some others, so there is an election that takes place, and it's God that does it. But it's also evident that there's a free will. So here's this middle knowledge that comes in that says God chose everybody that He's going to choose, and He needs to create a world in which those whom He chooses choose Him freely. So how can I create a situation to where I map it out to such a degree that I'm putting up roadblocks and road signs and things to where people are going to make the right turns in life every single place, so that in the end, when they come to the choice to choose me, they do choose me, but it's on their own and it has nothing to do with me coming in and forcing it or persuading them. So what happens is, okay, maybe you can do that with one person. That's easy. You can put up these signs and create a world where this one person comes. But you're choosing millions or billions of people. How are you going to create a world where you manipulate the world to where every single one of those, everything's happening freely, everything's happening on its own, yet at the same time, only those who are elect are getting saved? Well, what happens here in middle knowledge is that God knows every possible choice that anybody could not only has made, nor will make, but would make. This is called middle knowledge. Would make if given the opportunity. Such as, what do you charizon for if the miracles that were displayed in you, or displayed in you would have been displayed in Sodom and Gomorrah, they would have repented. So God's got middle knowledge. What would have happened had the circumstances been different? So it's definite. God knows what would have happened had what hasn't happened or what isn't happening were not just theory. So He's got all this in His mind, and He thinks of all these multiple universes that He could create, the infinite amount of universes, and He picks the universe in which all the billions of people will get saved, and He uses that universe in order to bring about His will, His sovereignty, His election, yet at the same time, human freedom. So there's never can be a universe where that many coincidences can take place. Yeah, there are, because God's got infinite number to choose from. And if You've got an infinite number to choose from, then one of those will get everybody saved on their own freedom. So that's Molinism, free will. Am I supposed to? Can I just explain it without commenting on it? Because you don't want me to comment on it. Okay, that's it.
That's it. I'm not offering a comment there. I don't know enough about it to render an opinion.
There's a lot of good people that hold to it. William Lane Craig is kind of
the big pusher of it right now.
Since he is, and everybody kind of jumps on board with him. He's an apologist, and he's a great apologist that I push people to all the time. Yet at the same time, I'm not commenting. He's great in his apologetics and his apologetic strategies. I just don't comment right now on his theology. Yeah, it is very interesting. It's interesting that in physics there is the multiverse universe theory that's out now, and it's really become popular with Stephen Hawking and his ideas more today than it ever has been. But you got to understand, Molinism goes back to the 17th century, I think. It is a very old belief. So they stole it from Molin. They did.